Welcome back for day 19. We've almost caught up finally at long last. And we're going to keep on this whole magical BS trend here by going back a couple hundred years in the Star Wars universe and looking at this character from Star Wars The Acolyte. It is one of the antagonists of the series. It is the Stranger, also known by the name Qimir. There's a lot we don't know about this guy still, but like as it says right there, little is known of the Darksider, who's been training May and Asaya in secret, hiding his face from his people. When needed, he has adopted the alias Qimir, acting as a shiftless drifter. And yeah, so he's a cool new character there. And he is played by the same actor who gave us Jason Mendoza in The Good Place, who's, I can't believe his name is slipping me right now. And I'm going to feel real dumb for the fact that I'm forgetting his name, and I probably will not remember it until after I film this. But yeah, so we got this piece here to pull out. And let's just take a look at this base figure to start. Qimir, like, he's a very memorable character in the series here. And looking at the face sculpt, they did a pretty good job on it. It's a good likeness of the actor. Yeah, we got a little bit of facial hair in there. We've got a good use of the face printing technology. And yeah, he has that standard modern Black Series posability with the double ball joint setup that we expect on a neck joint. You can see here that he has a lot of stuff going on. He's got this whole hard plastic, cape over here. And then he's got a whole bunch of layers underneath here too. We got this whole, we got a layer here of just cloak that just goes around the front and back. And then that is going to cover like a body over here that is just a standard like Jedi Sith body, I think. Just, you know, like with sleeveless arms. And then he's got some cloth pants that are covering these legs. Like overall, like they really went all out on this guy, and I really like how they did all this. He's got a Cortosis gauntlet right here. And again, just looking at the detail on the gauntlet, I really like how they did this. Yeah, we've even got a little bit of painted detail on the gauntlet right here, but just overall, just doing the entire, all the corrosion and stuff, it looks really good. Yeah, really good likeness of a Cortosis, bit there. So, looking at articulation on this guy, let's see. If I can pop this cloak off, which I should be able to. We can pop the head off, and then we can pop the cloak off, and then I can better show the articulation on this body, I guess. So, you can see here that, we've got some butterfly joints right here. We have, this goes all the way around. We have about 90 degrees in the arms, a little more, and we have a swivel right here. Again, like, I really like the paintwork they did in these arms. Like, look at all just the grime and dirt. Like, it really just sells the whole, wandering drifter aspect that the character has in his appearance. Yeah, we have ball joint over here. And then, yeah, we got some pants. Pulling up the pants just to see what we got for legs. You can see here that we have a swivel right there. Leg goes out to about there, so not bad. Decent range of motion in the legs. 90 degrees here. We have a boot cut swivel, which you don't see as often these days. And we have, your standard foot. Overall, this is a pretty posable figure. Pretty posable figure overall. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. And again, I really like just even how they did the cloak here. It's a very well done cloak. I really like that they just did all these layers to it. And yeah, you'll notice there too, I pulled off the head, and that's because we've got the additional feature to show on this guy. Because what they did instead of giving him a helmet, I think this was because of just how close the helmet is to the head. They just full on sculpted an entirely new head here for him. So that means that you can't really have him hold the helmet, unless you can pop this ball joint out, which you might be able to. I would need to check, but yeah, they just full on just did the helmet as its own alternate head. And again, like Cortosis helmet, they did a really good job on the finish on this thing. Some good texture detailing on this. I really like just all the repaired cracks and stuff. Like the mouth, it is a good likeness of his helmet. A very well done likeness of his helmet here. And yeah, we can pop it onto the figure here. we can just plop it on like so. That would have worked better if I'd gotten it on the first go, but yeah, there. Now he's got his helmet on, and we've got one of the cloaks on here. But we can pop this off here, and we can get just a... Yeah, he looks pretty good just at this point with the helmet on like that. And then, yeah, we can slap the cloak back on top. Give him this whole cloaked look. And then if we pop this head back off here, we can put this on. Yeah, I think the other reason that they did it this way for the head was entirely because then they could change the color of the neck. And just, rather than have like a skin tone neck, they could have like just a black neck that just blends in a bit more with the body. And just gives it a little bit more of a menacing vibe. And with the helmet on, with all this stuff, he looks really cool. He looks really intimidating here. I probably won't be displaying him with a helmet. I do really like the idea of just like having a Darkseid or Jason Mendoza. But, yeah. He looks good, and he comes with a couple of sabers as well, too. He has this... Yeah, it's a very samurai-ish idea here. He's got this longer lightsaber. Not a lot of detail on the hilt. It's just like black plastic. That's pretty much it. And then we just got this little shorter one, just as a guard saber. Again, not a lot of detail there. The blades do come out of both sabers. And I don't know if he has anywhere to store them on his belt. I don't see any pegs on the belt for storing the sabers, so he doesn't really have a way to store them. So there's not really much of a point to taking them out. But, yeah, we can put them in his hands. Oh, and I forgot to note with the hands as well, too. The hands are that newer style that we've seen on a few figures where instead of having, like, a locked wrist, the wrist is full on a little ball joint in here. So, yeah, I'm glad they've been starting to do that on some of the Black Series figures. It's a nice little touch. And, yeah, it just gives a little bit more articulation to this guy. So, yeah, we swap the sabers in. Give him his Cortosis helmet. And there, now we have the Stranger in his full-on getup there as just this menacing Darkseid user who just completely decks a whole bunch of Jedi between the use of his lightsabers and taking advantage of the fact that Cortosis shorts out lightsabers. Yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, yeah, in a nutshell, that's Qimir there. The Stranger, as seen in the Acolyte. Like, he looks really good here. The Cortosis helmet looks great on him. The Cortosis gauntlet is very well done. And I really, really like the use of all the soft goods on just enhancing the whole drifter look on this guy. It's even just all the grime on the arms looks fantastic. It's a really good figure, a good addition to the shelf line up there. And with that said, this is Techno signing off. Until next time.